So the snowy egrets like to forage behind that breakwater in there. Okay, this is just a panoramic of the plantings at Indian Creek Park that were put in, most of them last Friday, by a group of volunteers comprised of Franklin County schools, middle schoolers, about 30 of them, representatives from Apalachicola National Estuarine Research Reserve, Apalachicola Riverkeeper, and Franklin County. We're all out here. We've had everything from school kids, not together, but school kids, to inmates, to county engineers, to solid waste people, all kinds of people working on this project. Anyway, now we're in the point of monitoring. This and watering, that's what this pipe is here, this PVC pipe is to water it. Fortunately, we've had some natural watering over the last couple days. We had a couple of inches of rain at least right after we put them in on Friday. This is the following Tuesday, and so that's been real beneficial for most of the plants, but there are a few spots where we had so much rain that we had erosion, and we had a few wash out, but we've replaced them and I think they'll be all right. And these are a pathway of what will be one time, at one point in the future, we hope, a shady little canopy of red maples, a native tree. There are 10 of them here, and they can get 30 feet high. So, and have a canopy of 10 to 12 feet, or even better. So, we've got them flagged right now. We came out to see if maybe we needed to do more than flag them, but right now we think that they're probably prominent enough for anybody mowing or walking around to miss them. Looks like to me that some of the topsoil's been washed off, exposing the oyster shells.
All that rain, you can see the mud up against the rock.
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of that in a second. And the other thing is you see is all the small things of asphalt here. And screening.
Yeah, that's all out of this field.
This is all, it's washed the dirt down into there, right, is where I think, because over here you've got, see where you can see where it's washed? You got chunks of asphalt that size everywhere, and some of the plants have washed out, like this, honey. We need to stick this one back in. That's wash. Some of the others have washed a little bit, but that, see, like that. But that was too much rain before the hydroseed could sprout. Here's another one's washed. This is Spartina, and that, oh no, that might be, that's actually Spartina from a couple weeks ago. Look at this. Look at the clay. That's clay right there. Interesting. This is that clay layer. I've seen this over at St. Vincent. Underneath the sand, all this clay layer. It's really amazing to me. It's got a lot of orange in it, which means iron rich, yeah, mineral. Wow, it's sticky like clay too. That's amazing. But you can tell that about, what, 3 weeks later, that Spartina is already trying to root. Was already trying to root. Some of this purslane washed out too. There was just too much water rolling over this. It wasn't that they weren't planted deep enough. It was just the fact that we had a lot of water washing through here. We'll try to touch that up. Yeah, there's a lot of mud and silt in that water. From the rain. That's what we're trying to keep out of the bay. There's a recent tide line right there. But there's some more gullying. So it was a two-edged sword. We needed the water for the muhly grass and the smooth cordgrass, but we got a little bit too much, too hard, and it washed some of the dirt. And that's probably the tide line, high tide line from last night. This is amazing here. We're just north of the walkway to the dock. And look at that erosion. That's all since last Friday, Mike?
Yep.
That is amazing. What we're trying to do is stabilize with these plants, but and there it is. That's all clay. That's what's underneath the sand on Magnolia Bluff is this layer of clay. It's got a lot of iron oxide in it. It's amazing. And then underneath that is another layer of sand. Like
non-native soil.
Yeah. Come look at this. Look at the clay in that.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Look at this whole layer here.
Yeah, it's a whole layer here of it. This is, what did Bruce call this stuff? It's definitely an oxide. Limite. No, and yeah. But yeah, this is what we saw.
I don't know if that's native.
Yeah, it is. Well, you may be right, because take a look at this. There's trash embedded just above that clay layer.
Yes.
But look. Look at this. Look at the
shell in it.
Yeah, and the 20th century lawn chair.
Right.
And there's several plants here that there's
more
several.
Carpet. These are little mats that people had outside their mobile home, their travel trailers.
But anyway, there's several plants here that we're going to have to replant right here. Look, all along this erosion line.
I already put some back in.
I know. These in here, honey, you can actually see the fact that the plant kept the soil from washing out. Brand new plant, and it's still kept the soil from washing out. Look at this over here, right here. That's amazing. Look at this right here, brand new, just that little bit of plant.
Yep.
That's amazing. And you can tell that maybe some of these Spartina might have been planted too deep.
Got flooded.
Yeah. Time will tell, but right now it looks like maybe the water's too deep in this location, because just up from them, look how much better the plants are. There's Mike, my right-hand man, my right-hand osprey man. Doing minor repairs. So this kind of shows all the wash.
You only gave a shit about the trees. Standing here on clay backfill, back down to the natural sand.
I don't know. That's a lot of clay if they brought all that in, honey. You've seen on St. Vincent, kind of oolite stuff on Tahiti Beach, and you know that's not fill. You're not the law. And you caught these right down there at the little behind on inside the rocks, huh?
I caught one keeper and one that wasn't a keeper, and two.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Mike, you reckon that's the one the guy dropped the other day?
Nope, that one's smaller.
That one's smaller. That we were down here the other day planting. Was it? No, we were bringing plants in, unloading plants, and this fella pulled a big one out. I didn't see it, but everybody else did, and he shouldn't have pulled it out of the water while somebody else went and grabbed the net.
Funny.
And
He's got it on the hook, and he's got it, and he yells at his buddy, "Go get the net!" And it's all the way over here. I have to run over here to get the net, so his buddy hauls tail to get the net. In the meantime, he can't stand it.
oh, that's pretty. That's pretty.
He pulls it up over that rock line on the inside there, and there was water in there still because it was high tide, and then that thing did like that. Gone.
Yeah. So it's those rocks weren't there. Those rocks were put in the county. We needed to create a break to plant behind. Yeah, well, I'm videotaping. That's what I'm doing. But we needed to plant a break. So that's kind of what this is all about, is instead of having straight seawalls like they do in South Florida and other places, this is natural. They call them living shorelines because they create habitat, and
Mud meadows.
And like the flounder could come in there and it's looking for bait that hides up in that shallow water.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Bull minnows.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
They'll stay in that bucket right there for 10 days.
Wow, that's cool. Hardy things, aren't they? Well, that's cool.
Well, let me get over here and get me a sandwich and go back over there and see if my surveyor showed back up.
All righty.
Then I'm gonna be
We'll be seeing you.
Mike Brogan underneath the bridge.
I just drove across over there.
A lot of sheep's head under there too.
Really? What a fine job. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it's all volunteer, and Friday, we just put most of those plants out, not the ones that are down in the water, but the other ones we put out on Friday, and we had about 30 school kids from middle school kids from Franklin County schools out here, and they did one heck of a job.
We need to have more of this going on. You know?
Good. Well, thank you.
We're just ruining ourselves all we're doing.
Well, it's good habitat for fishing, that's for sure.
All right, thank y'all.
Bye-bye now.
Marty.